Hello, welcome to BitBoy Crypto. My name is Ben. Every day I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money, make sure that you click that little subscribe button and tap the bell for notifications so you never get a case of BitBoy FOMO. It comes with a rash and a lot of itching. But guys, we're running a little behind on stuff this weekend, so today we're going to be doing another video, not in the studio. The studio is right here, guys. It's right beside me. But we'll be back to those later this weekend. We got a lot of big stuff going on over here at BitBoy Crypto. We're building an empire for sure. We got a lot of stuff coming out. We're about to expand our space here. Going to be building a new live streaming studio and things like that. But today we're going to be talking about centralized exchanges versus decentralized exchanges and how they're actually starting to work together, which is absolutely huge news. CryptoWendyO will be on the show today to talk technical analysis of a centralized exchange coin and what has actually propelled it to go a little bit further. And we're also going to be talking about Velas. They have a new coin or a new token that's been built on top of them. It's the first Velas token. We're going to be talking about what that is, why it could be such a big deal, and things like that. Okay, guys, so I'm here on CoinGecko, and as you guys can see right here, we have Uniswap. It's a decentralized exchange or a DEX. This means no one controls it. No one is in power over this platform. I just want to show you guys. I want you to see this. This is absolutely insane. The trading volume for 24 hours, $261 million. That is absolutely insane for how much trading is going on through this platform right now. And it's not really going away. And we know that there's always been a need for decentralized exchanges. I just didn't think they would take off as fast as they have. We look at this story here. Mt. Gox rehabilitation plan delayed again. It was supposed to start on October 15th. If you didn't know what Mt. Gox was, I lost money in this. This was back in 2000 and early 2014 when the thing crumbled. It was the biggest and pretty much the only Bitcoin exchange anyone used. There were some second layer solutions like BitInstant where people could get money quicker, but Mt. Gox was the only place people were really, using Bitcoin, trading Bitcoin, or storing Bitcoin. I didn't even know what a Bitcoin wallet was back then. I thought you had to have it inside of Mt. Gox. I didn't even know. That's why I lost some money. But the thing is centralized exchanges will always have flaws. Now, Mt. Gox is one of the 5 biggest things that's ever happened in cryptocurrency. Basically, $400 million worth of Bitcoin at the time, which was a huge amount. It just got destroyed, basically, or removed overnight in a hack. And, people are trying to get their money back. I'm getting a small amount back and things like that. It's basically just crumbs. It's not even that big of a deal. But we're just waiting for this to get out of our life. And so this has been delayed until December 15th. We're hoping that this will be the end of this saga. There will be no more Mt. Gox mentions after this. If you didn't know, Mt. Gox stood for Magic the Gathering Exchange. So, humble beginnings of cryptocurrency. But we're seeing other places start to kind of, rise up. We're seeing Coinbase continue to rise and get more powerful, okay? Coinbase now is going to sponsor 2 Bitcoin core developers with new grant program. So it's going to sponsor 2 developers, and this is where we get into the nuance of decentralization. If Coinbase is sponsoring 2 Bitcoin developers, does that give them say-so on Bitcoin? Blockstream is a company that does a lot of Bitcoin development, and the Bitcoin developers themselves are supposed to be totally, they're not under anyone's control. It's decentralized, right? A lot of people have to sign off before there's changes to the code and things like that. But what we're starting to see is there's more and more companies trying to kind of get some, and this isn't good. This is not good when we see these centralized exchanges getting more powerful. How powerful are they? Well, check this out. They're so powerful that Coinbase holds 5% of the supply. Mt. Gox owned a large part of the supply. Now we have Coinbase owning 5%. It's $11 billion that they hold. If Bitcoin 10x's, that's over $100 billion that they'll hold. Unbelievable. Now, I want to say this. I like Coinbase pretty good. I think Coinbase, as far as centralized exchanges go, it's easy, great for beginners and things like that. But we know ultimately it's not too good to put all your chickens in one basket or their eggs in one bushel or something like that. So, the Moon, Carl, you guys know Carl is on YouTube as well. He tweeted this out. It got a lot of traction because it is alarming when you think about it. Let's look at what Binance and Coinbase are doing to get inside of decentralized exchanges, because Uniswap is so big, they want a piece of this action right here, the $260 million trading volume. They want that. Real quick though, guys, before we get into that, if you guys want some action, you guys don't forget to join my BitBoy Tantra Labs Bitcoin giveaway. We're giving away a full Bitcoin where you'll earn 12% interest for 1 year. We've added a new way to enter the contest. All you got to do is just retweet this about the giveaway. It's worth the most amount of points, so you guys definitely make sure that you go do that, and we will move on from there. Also, guys, don't forget, I'm doing a huge giveaway on Rarible this weekend. These are the remaining cards that we have. Once we sell all these cards, we've got a brand new release coming out next week. It's going to be awesome. It's a totally new series, a takeoff on some pop culture and the BitBoy characters. It's going to be really fun. All you got to do is just own any of these 8 cards here, and we're going to be picking 3 winners who owns one of these cards. We're going to randomly draw the card. You're going to get 5 ETH if you win, 3 ETH for second, and 2 ETH for third. So we're going to pick 3 owners of these cards right here. So, but back to the exchange conversation. Huobi, Dragonfly, and Coinbase have all invested $500,000 in a new decentralized exchange with alternative solutions. Now, we know Huobi has a lot of drama going on. Or actually, never mind. That's OKX that has drama going on, not even Huobi. Huobi's doing pretty good, but they are in China, so they might have some issues there. But now they're working with Nest, which is an Oracle solution, and the actual DEX itself is going to be called Cofix. I know it says there somewhere. Cofix claims to have better token price feeds based on a pricing mechanism derived from a decentralized Oracle called Nest and the DEX's risk assessment model. You're going to see more and more of these centralized exchanges trying to jump in decentralization. It's a good narrative for them as well. You know, we're supporting decentralization as well. We have Binance. Their new platform is going to connect CeFi, which is centralized finance, and DeFi. So we're going to have decentralized finance linking with centralized finance, or D with C, or CeFi, DeFi, whatever it is. And here he is out front and center, CZ, pumping this. He's pumping DeFi. Why would they do that? They understand it's the future. And that's why CZ is such a smart guy, and Brian Armstrong is such a smart guy. Not only does Brian Armstrong have a great last name, and not the Armstrong with the best hair, obviously, but these guys are smart. They know how to move their platforms forward, and they see the shifting narrative. They see what's happening in crypto. They see it's moving to decentralization, and their business will not survive unless they do that. So what has this meant for Binance Coin? Well, check it out, guys. Even though it's down slightly today, look at this chart. It has been on the rise. If we look at the 7-day chart, you'll see about the time they started talking about moving to decentralization as well, the price has been moving upwards. So it's that time of the week. Let's bring CryptoWendyO on and ask her what's going on with the BNB coin. Is it still a good investment? How are you doing, Wendy? Let us know what's going on with BNB.
Thank you for having me back, BitBoy, and shout out to the Bit Squad. So on today's show, we are going to take a look at our next moonshot BNB, Binance token. So this potential moonshot would put us at a 26 to 32% pump pretty easily, and if we are able to break all-time high at $40, we should be able to hit $50, giving us a 66% gain. So we're taking a look here at the daily chart. Currently, we are sitting at about $31. If this goes ahead and pumps right from this price point at $31, we will hit $40, and that would be a 32% gain. However, I'm kind of feeling like we're going to have a bit of a correction and possibly fall down to about $29. If we do that and then pump from $29, that can be a 33% gain. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour chart so I can show you what I'm talking about. I went ahead and drawn this trend line here. It is not drawn 100% accurately. I just wanted to draw it to show you guys that yes, we are in an uptrend. But right now, the 4 4 hours looking a little bit weak. Taking a look at MACD, we just completed a bear cross and we're starting to lose a little bit of momentum. That is okay, because if you take a look at the support area that I have drawn at about $29, $28, this is also where the EMA 50 lies. So if we do in fact pull back, this would be a perfect area to take a look at. Back to the daily chart. So taking a look at the daily chart, what I want to do is go ahead and toss on some fibs for you guys. So we're going to take our fibs, draw from this high area here of about $40, and then pull it down to this low area here. Yes, I'm pulling fibs from the whole entire price action history just to kind of show you. So this area here, 1.272, is about $50. So that would be the next target area that we would see once BNB breaks all-time high. And I do believe that BNB will break all-time high. It's just a matter of when will that happen. But if we take a look at that price pump, and if we fall back here to $29 and then we rise all the way to $50, that is a 67% gain, pretty close to about 68%. Again, you guys, please make sure to practice risk management, take your profits, and watch for your trigger areas.
As always, thank you to Wendy for coming on the channel. We appreciate you. You guys don't forget to go subscribe to her channel. You can find her just by searching CryptoWendyO on YouTube. She's going to be on with us every week. We certainly love Wendy. All right, guys, let's move to Velas. Now, Velas is a project I've worked with for a long time. Haven't really given you guys any updates on them in a while. I kind of have a partnership with them in some ways, so you can interpret that as sponsored or not. They're not paying me for this video, but I do work with them. So, okay, we got Velas here coming in up 1.37% against Bitcoin, up almost 1%. As you guys can see, it started to come back. We started promoting it, talking about right here. Price went up, price went up, price went up. All new all-time highs. Got on the top 200 in CoinMarketCap, and it tumbled. It has started back on an uptrend. You guys can see it very significantly right here, and it's got some big news. Okay, now if you're not familiar with Velas, you can check them out at velas.com. But the big news is they finally have their first token, and this is how they're getting into yield farming and decentralized finance. It is called the Symblocks Yield Farming. It is SYX is the name of the token. It is launching in a matter of days, an opportunity to look at it. Let's move down here and look at the Symblocks Open Finance Protocol. The yield farming is going on top of it. Now, I'm hearing that the yield farming right now is absolutely insane. People are getting like 2,000% API. That won't last forever. First movers, you definitely have the advantage on that. But Symblocks is a cross-chain synthetic asset issuance and derivatives trading protocol, getting into DeFi, token built on Velas. Users can stake any token's asset that's supported by the protocol as collateral. Once it's staked, users can mint synthetic assets that can be traded on the protocol's exchange. In turn, the protocol rewards users with its governance token, SYX. It's not the first project working on derivatives trading. Many have already done it, and they've done a really good job. But what Symblocks wants to do different is to increase the liquidity for the derivatives market. And that's, increasing liquidity is something that really is a catch-22 for a lot of people. And this is what I'm finding with my work on Rarible, with BitBoy Collectibles here, okay? Is that people want to see the prices of their coins go up. But yet, they get confused. When more people come, they get mad. We need these markets to get bigger. We need to bring new people into the platform. That is how we take things to the next level. That is how value goes up. And it's something really important for people to understand. We're not going to make money in cryptocurrency unless we're continuing to innovate, we're continuing to push the space forward, and more people come to see things from our perspective. So that is really, really important to do. SYX here is something that is running on top of Velas and has a good chance to kind of be, you have a good opportunity to be an early mover on their yield farming mechanism. That's what's happening right now with the yield farming. Here's a graphic that shows exactly how it all works. You get rewards in SYX token. LP stands for liquidity pool token. So you got your seed pool connector, your liquidity token, and VLX are going back and forth between the seed pool. The reward managers are getting these LPs and divvying out the governance token in SYX. And then this is how the user takes VLX, stakes it, gets the liquidity pool token, goes to the connector. That goes over here to the reward manager. Reward manager divvies them out, and then that reward comes back to you. It looks like about 4 hours to drive that route, but they're these robots and these machine learning, AI and all that stuff. They can do it in like a millisecond. So don't you wish they could have driven you to Disney World when you were a kid instead of your parents? That's what I'm thinking. But anyways, guys, that's what's going on here with yield farming, with Symblocks, with Velas. You guys make sure to check that out. You guys can find Velas obviously on CoinMarketCap and do your research from there. Their website is velas.com, but it's really exciting to see. They've got their own chain and then they got stuff coming on top of it. It's pretty cool. So that's all I got for today. Be blessed. BitBoy out.